experiences. My name is Brianna Frenchmore, and I'm currently interning at the Justice and Peace Commission this summer. I've grown up in Colorado Springs my whole entire life, born here, raised here, graduated from Palmer last year, but I'm now attending Pacific Lutheran University in Tacoma, Washington. I'm pursuing global studies majors in political science, and if the name of my university doesn't give me away, I'm going to speak to you from the Christian tradition. And unlike Joey, I haven't had any international experiences yet. And my reflection that I'm going to give, it talks more about how my Christian faith has influenced me, inspired me, and really driven me to seek peace in my community, in my daily life, with everyone I meet. And honestly speaking, this is one of my first interfaith experiences. This is one of my first chances to meet people of different faith backgrounds for myself, and I am very excited to be in this room with all of you and look around and see so many other people who hope for the same things, hope to make friends across religious lines. So as I said, I've grown up through the Christian tradition all my life. I attended Catholic school through 4th grade. I remember in my 3rd grade class talking about purgatory and guardian angels with my teacher who was an ex-nun. I spent much of my childhood being raised by my very Catholic practicing grandparents, hearing about the Pope, going to midnight mass, going to Lenten soup dinners, and I also went to a Presbyterian summer camp for about 5 years. I was confirmed in the Lutheran Church at the beginning of high school. I served on several Christian church retreats, and now I currently attend the Lutheran University. So throughout all my life, the Christian faith has shaped me and influenced me and really pushed me to see peace as an integral part of the Christian tradition. Besides all the camps I went to and schools I went to, the greatest factor that has helped me come to understand the central message of Christianity has been through the influence of my parents. I have learned firsthand what I believe Christianity is and isn't. My mom and my father's practicing Christianity takes 2 very different paths. For my father within Christianity, I saw an expression where there weren't multiple possibilities. There were black and white answers. His faith always placed emphasis on seeking the right answers and hoping others would come to the same conclusions. While I respect my father, it was difficult for me to believe that this approach to one's faith is healthy because what I have seen through my mom's faith. For my mom, I have seen a faith and spirituality that are about having a relationship and a belief in a divine being, and that there's always a mystery to this divine being that can never be fully understood. Questioning and not having all the answers are part of one's faith. For my mom, the biblical verse that sums up what one's faith ought to be about is from Micah 6:8, which says, "And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." Being a Christian, what I learned from my mom's faith, isn't about having all the right answers, but about living with a love that follows the example of Jesus. For me, as I've struggled to work through the very different religious influences in my life, the main thing that I've come to realize that the Christian faith calls a person to do is see everyone as a neighbor, and then to serve them out of love. For me, Jesus' life is the example that teaches us to love, or for Christians to love and to serve people, not based on what we believe they deserve, but based on what their need is, that our actions above all are to be selfless. To me, Jesus also demonstrated that we are to look beyond societal labels and classifications. Throughout all the New Testament stories, I see that Jesus ate with tax collectors. He talked with women in his patriarchal society. He interacted with foreigners when you were only supposed to stay within your family and not trust outsiders. He healed lepers and cleaned and healed those who were considered unclean, the outcasts of society. All of this was costly to his reputation and had to take him outside of his comfort zone. For me, Christianity is also deeply rooted in working for peace in the world through seeking justice. Right now I attend an ELCA university that stands for Evangelical Lutheran Church of America, and they're very active in playing a role in seeking justice through the world. They have an advocacy office in Washington, D.C., and they describe that justice is love applied to many neighbors. It means more than acting out of a sense of charity or making a donation or volunteering our time. Doing justice means addressing inequities in political, economic, and social structures. It works to restore relations among people and with the earth to the way God intended them to be. The ELCA office advocates dignity and justice for all people and stand with people in poverty and who are powerless. The ELCA office lifts our voices with forces for good and participates in activities that relieve misery and result in peace and reconciliation in local communities and among nations. And for me, my education, my faith, and my worldview have all become intertwined. As I reflect on how Christianity has shaped my belief in living purposefully and making the intentional decision to love everyone and seek justice and peace through daily interactions, I hope that other Christians and all people of faith can do the same. That through our different experiences, we realize that we seek a common peace in our world. I hope that we can unite across religious and political lines to help those who are truly in need, to use our energies to seek solutions instead of creating conflict, that we can come together no matter what name we use to refer to the divine, and let our belief in love and compassion for all be our motivation for action, and to seek peace through the world through working for justice. I also hope that our community gathered right here in this room can meet again and have more dinners, or my hope would be that maybe we could all even come together to do a service project right here in our community and live out what our faiths ask us to do, to care for those in need. As I continue to learn more and engage in more conversations such as those of tonight, I'm finding a beauty in all religions. It makes me excited that people who live and who have grown up in very different faith backgrounds, that we can find commonalities that our religions share and come together for a greater cause and belief in peace. I want to thank you all for being here tonight, and I would now like to welcome my friend Nora Alami. She is also a fellow GMP intern this summer and also shares an excitement for discovering the common beauty that our religion